Kingshot has a big update coming with a completely upgraded Prestige shop. We'll take a look at what the Prestige shop is in just a second. It has new Ageless Voidstar skins, so the black hole skins, Hero Roulette changes, Kingdom transfer improvements, Castle Battle quality of life changes, and a lot more. But not every line in these patch notes matters equally. So in this video, we're going to break down the biggest changes, what they actually mean for competitive play, and what you should be watching for once maintenance ends. Also, make sure you stay to the end of the video. There are 2 gift codes that I'm going to be putting up on the screen. One is for if you are Town Center level 7 and above. The other one is that if you are a player that meets the Governor Concierge requirements. You do not want to wait on these gift codes. Make sure you redeem them before they expire. But we're going to jump right back into the Prestige shop and Ageless Voidstar, which is the black hole. There are a couple of massive changes in this new update. The biggest one that will be very apparent to people will be the Prestige shop and Ageless Voidstar update. The Voidstar has been around for the beginning of this game, and if you have the black hole, it kind of tells a level of spending that someone has done, and also the level of stats that you would expect the Voidstar person that you come in contact with to have. For this new update, it says the Ageless Voidstar skin series. So the Comet and also the City skin is also getting expanded with a new Rally skin. So if you want to know what a new Rally skin would look like, that is something that you would appear right here in the game. When you actually call a specific rally, your card would change to whatever skin or this Prestige skin has. That's important because rally skins are now going to be cosmetic. It's in Whiteout Survival as well. Same with another skin that we're going to be talking about. The update also mentions that once you complete the Ageless Voidstar puzzle, and so this puzzle right here on your screen, you can unlock an exclusive domain effect. So in Whiteout Survival, they have an effect that goes around the actual Voidstar city or the person that has the Voidstar in a block area around, and it gives buffs for those cities that are within the area. So it'll be interesting to see what effect they have that they bring from Whiteout Survival into Kingshot. And it says that there will be a Prestige pouch. I'm not sure what the pouch will be. It'll be fun to see what the pouch is. Now, these are very high level things and not very many people will have access to them, but you'll definitely feel the effect of them. And it's just another thing for people to chase in this game once you have the Voidstar skin. And apparently unlocking the full skin series triggers a server-wide announcement, which is also kind of cool. So all of the Voidstar stuff is very clearly designed for a premium progression and flex system. Flex meaning you're flexing how much money you're spending on the game. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. So all in all, I think the Voidstar skin is due for an update. It's been in for the game for over a year and many people have it. So in Whiteout Survival, they have more levels of the Voidstar skin all the way up into a golden globe or a golden Voidstar. And they have like 5 different stages in between or something. On your screen is what it looks like for Whiteout Survival, where the globes are updated. The globes are the Voidstar for Whiteout Survival, and this is Frostsphere 3. So this is level 3 of Voidstar. You can see it says Prestige Merit, and in the new update, it does say, and the brand new Prestige Merit shop is now available. So we are going to get new levels of Voidstar skins. It'll be cool to see what they do. If they have a comet flying around or a little planet or something flying around the black hole, that would be really cool. I'm excited for this. I've been waiting for this one for a while now. Same with the Swordland update. If you haven't seen that, we'll do a video on that later. I'm excited for this. I don't even think I'll reach Voidstar 2, but it'll be fun to see all of the skins. I believe level 6 of the Frostsphere here is like $750,000 spent on this game. Leave a comment below with who you think will reach level 6 first, or if someone already has. One new skin update that I want to mention before we jump out of Well Land is the new name card that will be added as well. So you're going to get a rally skin card and also a name card. A name card is something like if you look at the tyrant or the current tyrant or past tyrant names, or if you look at their cities and you look at the governor, they will have a card around their governor information. And that's what that's talking about. You're going to have a name card. But like I said, let's get out of Will Land. We're going to go into Hero Roulette and talk about what is new in Hero Roulette, because that affects players from free to play all the way up to larger spenders. One of the most practical changes in the update is Hero Roulette. This is the other massive change. After maintenance, you'll be able to switch between the current generation and the previous 2 generation Hero Roulette heroes, and you'll be able to choose which one you want to spin for. This is a very large quality of life improvement for those that don't max out heroes right away, or even previous gen heroes. Usually, if you've missed the older heroes, you would have to get their shards just through general shards and then convert general shards over to the roulette. And that's very inefficient, especially because you can spin the roulette wheel with gems, and it's one of the more practical ways for free-to-play players to get the SSR heroes like Rosa here that you can see that's being spun on the screen. For newer players, mid-spenders, and anyone trying to fix an incomplete hero lineup, this is one of the best changes in the entire update, because if you accidentally missed a hero or you wrote off a hero saying that, oh, I'm not going to use that hero in the future, and then it turns out you are, then when Hero Roulette comes back around and they are on the roulette wheel, you'd be able to update your heroes. So this is a massive quality of life change. I'm all for this change. So apart from using general shards and also recruitment, then you are able to get targeted heroes in the roulette wheel from previous generations, at least the 2 previous generations, more easily, and it's going to help a lot of players. The third most important is the kingdom transfer improvements. The kingdom transfer update is mostly quality of life, but it is still useful to know. The transfer confirmation button is now a button that has a countdown on it before you can actually confirm that you want to transfer. I guess maybe some people transferred accidentally and a lot of people complained. At least enough to complain that they made this improvement. The kingdom details screen will now show your current power next to the power requirement, which is just another small quality of life thing that is especially useful for players trying to decide whether they qualify for that kingdom or whether they need to lower their power before transferring rather than just going out of the screen and coming back to the screen. Now, the interesting one that in this update that they put in is the soldier level calculations used for transfer score are also being optimized to better reflect your current score. I'm not sure what that means or what that will change. We will see if it's just the score that you get in the top left, where if you click the exclamation point, it'll tell you what your current score is versus the kingdom score or kingdom average or whatever that is. It may be that, it may be something to do with your actual power cap. I'm not sure. What we will need to test is what that means in practice, but if you're planning to transfer, make sure you double check your score and power to make sure that you can actually transfer, and also don't accidentally transfer if you're not meaning to. All right, next we're going to rapid fire the rest of the updates, or at least some of the meaningful updates in this update coming. We already went over the most important ones. Now, in the Castle Battle updates, well, it's deemed Castle Battle, but it's really more has to do with appointments and titles that are given out. You will be able to cancel a position application. So what happens sometimes is if you lose your castle in KVK and you apply for a certain position and the other kingdom doesn't allow you to have that position, then you're stuck there for 2 days, or I believe it's 2 days, and you can't cancel your application for that, and so you're stuck. Now you will be able to cancel that application, and also after your cooldown ends for, let's say you have the lethality buff for 4 hours or something, and you can't apply for another appointment because you have a current appointment, then you can now cancel that appointment as long as it's past cooldown, so it's 30 minutes. So all good changes there. Another one is Swordland Showdown, where if you hold a building for over 30 minutes, which if you already are holding a building for over 30 minutes, you're doing very well in Swordland. Your personal relic points will be increased. You'll gain more at an increased rate. So small change there. More changes to Vikings. Viking in general is a pretty boring event. This, you'll be able to look at who is online and who has the capacity and what or how many reinforcements are currently in their city. You can already do this, but it's just going to be easier. For Bear Hunt, the auto registration is going to be fixed where you don't have to wait 5 minutes. So you don't have to wait the 48 hours and 5 minutes to make it auto refresh or auto enable the trap. So now you'll just be able to do it every 48 hours instead of having that grace period or non-grace period in that regard. Overall, a lot of good quality of life updates. The calculations for a couple of events like Tri-Alliance and Swordland for power is going to be recalculated off of squad power calculations. So we'll see what that ends up being like. A lot of updates with one tapping claiming all things like the weekly card benefits and the Intel monthly card. Same with things like Kingdom of Power, so KVK and AB and SG, things like that where you can just tap and it will claim all. So good changes there. As promised, here are the gift codes. Make sure you claim them if you are able to claim them. And my biggest takeaways while we look at the gift codes here are that these changes are well received. They are just minor increases in quality of life. I'm very excited to see what they do with the Voidstar or the Black Hole and what they improve upon or what benefits they give to the players that have those in the area around. Like I've showed a few screenshots from Whiteout Survival. I'm also excited for the Hero Roulette wheel where you can get previous generations, especially for free-to-play players and low spenders. That is a huge deal to them and to all of you. For Kingdom Transfer improvements and things like Castle Battle and Swordland changes, they're just very minor things, but cool to see. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Join the Discord. I'll put a link right here. And also, there's a link in my bio and the description of this video. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.